Don't let them take my soul.
Not at all. Giannis is still relying on his athleticism and in the early 30s, it's time to start doing that now. So when you are 50 or 60 and you got a couple billion in the bank, now you could live comfortably and not have to worry about it.
Do you wanna know why I cry at night? Do you wanna know why I can't sleep at night? These niggas off, gon' take them out. 2 shots, pow, pow, take them out. Had a few ones try to take me out. Now I can't trust a damn soul. On drugs against me. Should've never ever be the same. When a thug cry, do you wanna know what he crying about? When a thug cry, do you wanna know what he crying about? When a thug cry, do you wanna know what he crying about? When a thug cry.
Yo, it's your boy Trillionaire Chuck, and yes, we're back. Episode 44. Man, we got a lot to talk about here. Oh my goodness. What's going on with Diddy? What's going on with Diddy? And we got to talk about Caitlin Clark. I mean, all good things must come to an end. And you know we got the best for last relationship talk. But I ain't here to lecture y'all. Come on in, man. Let's get into it. So, man, source from newsnationnow.com got a clip. They did an interview with Suge Knight as far as like the things that's going on with Diddy, you know, why he's in jail and everything like that. But hey, you ain't got to hear from me. Roll that clip for me, though.
For people who have done a little bit of homework and know who you are, why should they believe you about what you think and feel about Sean Diddy Combs and any allegations against him, given your history of animosity with him?
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you or nobody else to get nobody to believe anything regarding him. Like I said, and I always say, me personally, I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison or any other man, any other human being going to prison. Because people think prison is always the answer. I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no cheerful thing, because when you look at it, that man have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever affects him definitely affects his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there's a lot of victims involved in it, and whatever affects them affects their kids. So it's not a good thing to be talking about any shit about the next person. But it's not a gray area with me. And at the same time, Puffy didn't react or get where he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true and what's not true. The only true part about it is videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it being happy and proud and say, what do people think? That's irrelevant.
So, Suge.
It's just like I heard earlier today when Ray J was talking to TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
I got love for Harvey, but I see Charles always got something negative to say when it comes to West Coast people. And Charles tried to make a reference to say that, how do I feel when I'm in prison? Yeah, I'm in prison. I guarantee you I'm free more than Charles. If I feel like sleeping to 5 o'clock, or I want to sleep 12 hours a day, I can.
Sure.
But besides all that, the fact is, it's not no competition who's going to talk the loudest or talk the best. It's not something positive that can help anybody. I don't get on no platforms unless it be something positive. If it ain't positive.
I understand what you're saying. I want you to try to make some positive points here. I get what you're saying about TMZ, but that's not really my interest, as you might imagine. My interest is in what you can help people understand about these allegations that Diddy is facing and what you believe he's facing on the inside. Now, what's most interesting to me is that you seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure. That Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
Well, first of all, you got to start with at the top. You starting with the top. Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Arell, Jimmy Iovine. Even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing, it went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Keep going,
They
Suge.
speak about what they speak about what they see. Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes. They got
Now,
all
when
the
you talk
videos.
about the tapes,
But this been going on for a long time.
Hold on, Suge. Help us understand, because a lot of this stuff is a little inside baseball for people, right? Because they don't live the life, they don't know the
This
world,
call
they don't know
and
the
your
players.
telephone number will be monitored and
But
recorded.
that's just a recording from the prison that's just saying that they record it, which obviously they do. Suge, help people understand, what tapes are you talking about, who has them, and what kinds of things do you think they show?
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice, their second choice. I wasn't no choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test. I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So
City with him.
well, first of all,
All right, man. You know, I know a lot of people are like, what does Suge got to do with this, right? Y'all remember the whole Death Row and Bad Boy beef going on when Pac was around and Big was still alive and everything like that? When Snoop was with Death Row, all that stuff, man, like, he knew what was going on and everything like that. The question is, though, is what Suge Knight saying valid? Is it valid? Is what Suge Knight saying valid? I think it's valid because everybody speaks about Diddy's parties, about what went down, everything in that nature. he has a point. This is tapes, is footage, right? You got to look at it like this. When you have, major players, billionaires involved in them type of acts, they could lose almost everything. They would do anything to protect their assets and protect themselves and their reputation, right? Now, Diddy has tapes. What do you think they're gonna do? Right? Because the feds, when the feds are on you, it's hard to beat them cases. It's hard to beat them cases. Right? Because they're gonna drain your finances, right? And then on top of that, they're gonna gather enough evidence to convict you. Now, what I don't like about it is this. Now everybody wants to come out and say like, hey, yeah, Diddy did this, Diddy did that. Why didn't y'all say that back then? Oh, right, because Diddy has the money and the resources to sweep stuff like that under the rug where it don't get mentioned. See, what I don't like about this is this. Because Diddy is, this skin color, right? It's getting blown all over the news. And I don't like that, right? When James Epstein or Jeffrey Epstein, I think it's James or Jeffrey Epstein, one of them, whatever the name the guy is, right? The one they did a Netflix documentary on, whatever. People heard about the documentary, but it wasn't blown up to this magnitude like that. It really wasn't. So, I agree with Suge. Like, how come Snoop, Jay, all them are not speaking up for Diddy? What you mean, bro? What type of question that to ask? They don't want to be involved with that. In fact, they probably tried to tell Diddy, yo, bro, you need to chill, you need to stop. But Diddy got a hold of that power. See, sometimes money changes people, right? Was Diddy always like this? No. According to Gene Deal, who was Diddy's security guard, Diddy was a nice person. Diddy was like, he wanted to say he used the term like nerdy like, right? But when he got money and he got around the wrong group of people, right, he became a whole different person. So it lets you know right there, and this is just me speaking, that Diddy really didn't have a true identity of himself or a mind of his own. Because if he knew who he was, right, that type of stuff, that whatever happened with, when he got around Harvey Weinstein and Russell Simmons and all the other people, it's nah, man. I don't engage in none of that. That's why I asked the question a long time, like, do you really want to be Hollywood famous, right? How bad you want to be famous? Is that stuff true of what goes down in Hollywood? Numerous people said it. Jay-Z said it in that song, Hollywood. Actually, who else mentioned the stuff? Like, Gilbert Arenas mentioned it, right? Marlon alluded to it. Now, Marlon was the one that came to Diddy's defense. Marlon was like, what happened? He said he went to the party on Club Shay Shay. He said he went there, right? And he also said, right, that he didn't see none of that. So he was like, well, when did this happen? When did this go down? That might have been probably the only person that said they didn't see that. Everybody else, though, is saying like, that type of stuff does happen, right? So again, you know, all those societies and stuff that you hear about, stuff they do to get in and stuff, that's, unless you were there, one could just speculate, right? That's it. One could just speculate. In fact, I remember an episode of Family Guy. It showed that when the guy wanted to be a judge, he had to like squeeze a cherry between his butt cheeks and like walk across the waters and stuff like that. Drop the cherry in the water to become a judge because they try to say like they tight asses, you know. But what did Suge say? Suge was like they got a hard boiled egg that they are sticking the dude ass. And say if that motherfucker crack, they say he ain't ready, I guess. I'm like, that's some weird shit, right? That goes on in Hollywood, right? But I mean, I could just say this, like I said. People are not coming to Diddy's defense because it could ruin them as well. They could lose everything. When the feds are on you, right? We're not talking state police investigation, stuff like that. No, when the feds are on you, the first thing they're gonna do is drain your resources. So whomever you're tied to, whomever you're connected to, they will find stuff on them, right? And drain their resources. So people are not gonna come to Diddy's aid? No. So again, the people who groomed Diddy, who brought Diddy up, who showed Diddy the ropes, no, they're not gonna come to his defense. Are they on them tapes? Maybe. Maybe they're on their tapes. Maybe, but the feds will be like, hey, wait, you coming to this man's defense? Hold on, what you got going on? How you making your money again? Right? How you making your money again? They don't want that. They don't need that type of heat come down on them. So, yes, Diddy's it's hard to beat a fat case. It's hard. And Diddy's finna find that out real quick. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Okay, we're back. So, man, all good things must come to an end. Caitlin Clark and the Fever lose tonight to the Connecticut Suns, 81-87. Before we talk about the game, I mean, here we go. Caitlin Clark gets punched in the eye by DeJounte Carrington. Look, guys, why? Okay? It wasn't a punch. It was a play on the ball. She poked her in the eye, right? Ref didn't call no foul. And, yeah. It wasn't done, like, maliciously. It was an accident, okay? Like, golly. I just had to clear the airways with that. All right. Let's get into these stats, though. Alea Boston played 32 minutes, had 19 rebounds, 3 assists, 16 points. She shot 58.3% from the field, shot 100% from free throw line, right? Caitlin Clark played 40 minutes, played better. She had 25.6 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, shot 43.5% from the field, shot 25% from 3, shot 100% from free throw, from the free throw line. You know, pretty good numbers, Caitlin. Then you had Kelsey Mitchell, who played 40 minutes. She had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 38.9% from the field, and shot 33% from 3-point range. Now let's look at the Sun. Duana Bonner had another good game. Played 34 minutes, had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, shot 28.6% from the field, shot 16.7% from 3, was 100% from the free throw line. And again, sources is coming from ESPN, okay? According to ESPN.com, these are where I'm getting my numbers from, okay? You had Dejana Carrington, who had played 25 minutes. She had 10 points, had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, had 2 steals, shot 50% from the field, 100% from the free throw line. Remember when coaches used to say free throws can help win the game, right? Alyssa Thomas played 40 minutes, had 19 points, 5 rebounds, 13 assists, 1 steal, shot 52.9% from the field, was 100% from the free throw line. So, yeah. If any one of those ladies would have been like 80% from the line or 60%, Eva probably would have won, right? This is nothing to hang your head over, Caitlin. Embrace the fact that you had a phenomenal season, right? As a rookie, you went further probably than all of the rookies, you know. And I mean, Connecticut Sun, they are a experienced team. Those ladies been playing with each other for a nice minute now, right? So what I would do if I'm Caitlin, I get in the lab, work on my weaknesses, come up with better ways to, you know, not necessarily learn the playbook, but just find little nuances you could do that could, you know, with ref ain't seeing, maybe get a cheap shot. Or, hey, learn how to draw a foul. Now, in the W, if you haven't watched the games, it is, they foul them ladies. Them ladies get hit hard. Man, I saw one play where, I think Shanida Carter was like reaching for the ball and she knocked Caitlin on the ground. And now ref didn't call nothing. So it is physical. Them ladies be getting, man, when they get fouled, it's not a, it's a, it even, man, like it is physical in the W. But again, Caitlin Clark, I say this to say, this is nothing to hang your head on, okay? You had a great season. You took the Fever to the playoffs, right? You led that charge. You did that. You just lost to a seasoned team, you know, a team that's been there, a team that's done that. Olympic players, right? So just learn from it, right? Be ready. Come back next year. And it's on and popping. And it's on and popping, right? So we're going to take our final commercial break. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We're back. Let's get into the last segment of the show, relationship talk. So normally we do 2 clips, but I didn't see nothing really to talk about for this episode. I mean, as far as, you know, debating what other people are saying in regards to relationship stuff. I don't know. Maybe people are seeing they're like, dang, man, this dude's just blowing my theory out the water, right? So, but I did find one clip that needs to be addressed. Roll it for me, please.
Do you know why a lot of black females don't support their black husbands in businesses? Let me tell you this today, because many of them, they are in competition with their husbands. They don't see the business within the family as a united formation to empower the family financially. And I know all of you as women seated in here are probably saying, you know what, Rick, but we do support our husbands. They're not transparent. They're not this. This is no. If you look at Muslim women, Indian women, and you look at white women, majority of them that you come across are either a clerk in their husband's business or they are either in the finance side of their husband's business. But you can't, because the reason for that, you are in competition with him. You are literally at loggerheads with him. You are literally putting him as an equal to you when it comes to competition. If you can't submit to the vision of that man, you were never meant to marry that particular man. And that is why you are a thorn to him as opposed to being a blessing. Do you know?
Okay. Now this is very interesting. All right. I really didn't see this one coming. But question, do women support their husband businesses? You know, when I was researching this and I was looking it up, it mostly showed the guys supporting their wives' business, right? Like, so if the spouse, if she was in business or she wanted to start a business and had a husband help support it, wasn't too much on, you know, black women supporting their husband business. You get them in a partnership. I mean, you got who is this? Magic Johnson and Cookie Johnson. They got a business together, husband and wife. But then you also had things like the Detroit Housewives League. That was formed in like 1930. This was just a program that encouraged like black women to support black-owned businesses and their husbands' business adventures. I mean, not business adventures, but business ventures, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Cambridge Corps, which also was in Detroit, it's like they like coincided. It was all just there to support black businesses, right? To spend money within the black community. What he's saying is rare that you find, you know, a black woman that supports their black husband's business. Black women do, I don't know why they always feel like they're in competition with whomever they're dating, right? That's trying to climb up that ladder. As far as like in their business ventures and stuff, I have no reason. I don't even have an answer for that, y'all. I really don't. Normally I do, and I don't. But again, it's a rarity. Reason I say that is because I know my cousin. His wife supports his trucking business, right? She knows about contracts. So she assists with that part. What the guys alluded to though, he's saying like in other ethnicity groups, you do see like a wife plays some part in the business. But when we're at that store, we don't know whose business it is unless we just ask the owners or we know the owners. They would say it's a family-owned business, but we don't know who started the family-owned business. Was it the husband or was it the wife? Unless you just know that person, you know, personally. But I understand when he's like, they do be, you know, black women do be in competition with black men when it comes to, that's just with anything, though. And we got to stop that. Like, being in competition and just be a partnership, because that's really what this is. I cannot stress that enough. It is a partnership. We are not competing against each other, but yet, y'all, I really am going to start believing some people just love struggling. Like, they just love it. Why? If your partner is the breadwinner, then support what they're doing. Is bringing in money and it's legal money. Support that. Why go against it? But what I do know is like if it don't make sense and you can't explain it to your partner, like, hey, I'm doing it. I'm selling shoes. Let's just use an example. I'm selling shoes, right? I'm selling shoes. I'll charge $30 to clean shoes, right? And your spouse, your wife might be like, that's a terrible business. Who the heck? Why would someone pay to get their shoes cleaned, right? Not knowing. You got some people, you know, you been around the neighborhood, you know, made a couple dollars and everything like that. You gave her the game plan, but she'll just look at it like, ain't no, you know, clean shoes. No, I know a friend, a childhood friend. I could say a childhood friend because I know him. We known each other since we were kids. He was cleaning shoes. And he was and he's married, right? Hey, wife supports the business. How do I know? Ran into him at the liquor store. He was like, he said, hey, babe, give me one of the cards. She went and grabbed the card, didn't cause a fuss, didn't cause a scene, didn't roll her eyes. She was like, gave it to me. All day, he was posting his shoes, cleaning shoes. So he was probably making, you know, some good bit of money. You know, ain't no telling how much he was making. Ain't no telling how many clients he had, how many shoes he was cleaning, you know. But you don't know what works until you see it. Even if you don't see it right then and there. Some businesses do take time to grow, right? And women be in the mindset of, oh, I need to see it now. It has to happen now. And it's like, nah, that's not how business works. Do y'all know it take roughly 5 years just for a business to make a quarter? Right? And it's really not a business until you have a business checking account. Did y'all know that? So, yeah, I think we should start supporting each other's businesses more and not giving it up on it so soon. Now, what I mean by that is like, okay, sometimes you might have to rebrand the business, right? Sometimes that may not work in that particular season. You might have to start over. Okay, well, start something else. Learn from that. Start something else, right? Not every business succeeds, but it don't mean it's a failure. It's just, okay, either that wasn't in demand or that business just wasn't for you at the particular time, you know? Right? That's how I look at it. Like, okay, if I owned the restaurant, you know, made a few dollars, okay, but it wasn't booming like I did. Okay, do I give up on my dream and as a restaurant owner, to own a chain? No, just pivot. Find what's hot. What is it that people like, or create something different that ain't even out, that people haven't even tried, right? But we gotta start supporting each other's businesses. And I mean, like, husbands support the wife's business, but the husband's already supporting the wife's business. But the wife supporting the husband's business. Standing by, knowing the financials, knowing the back end of it, keeping it, you know, functional, organized. What I mean by that is like making sure tasks get done, things get done. You know, keep that, promoting it. You know, ladies, like, I'm just saying. That's what we need to start doing, right? So to answer to his question, I'm not gonna say that, because I did say I know I'm gonna say, but no, I'm not gonna say that black women don't support their black husbands' businesses. I say I want to see more of it. You do got those that do, but I want to see more of it. You know, and that's my show for today. This your boy Trillionaire Chuck saying this. Always remember to love yourself and each other.